you for joining us on the Nikki Maduro Show. I'm Nikki Maduro. She is Kim McAllister in a very fancy schmancy scarf that I'm loving oh so very much.
Thank you. I like it too.
Oh, we have a fun show. When you see a woman displaying, I'm not going to use the word emotional because I hate that word when we're talking about women, but we are going to be talking about the speech by Oakland Mayor Sheng Thao. I like the word that I was using a lot yesterday. Defiant, very defiant, but a lot of fallout after the FBI raided her home last week. And it took, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days for her to come out and make a public statement. So we'll be talking about that in just a moment. But before we do, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a moment of all the news and nonsense that is the Nikki Maduro Show. And hit that bell so you know when we have more news and nonsense for you. Okay, Kim. Now, I'm just going to first start off this whole thing by saying, I'm going to start off by saying what I think she should have done. Okay, I'm just going to preface this by what if I was her PR person, not her lawyer, not just a PR person. Like, let's look at the environment, right? Let's read the room, shall we, Sheng? Oakland's not doing good. No. It's not doing well. You won the election by a slim margin in a ranked choice election, which, for better or for worse, you might like ranked choice, you might not, but it's not like an overwhelming, the whole city's behind you because it's ranked choice. It is what it is. Whatever. Oakland's not doing well. You didn't have a police chief forever. People held you accountable. A recall happened. It got certified. And then the very next day, the FBI raided your home. Why don't we just step aside, focus on this, not make the city of Oakland pay for a recall election, save the city a ton of money that they do not have because they're in a budget hole, and save some drama. So I was thinking.
Are you saying resign?
Yeah, or you know what? Step aside. You could say resign. You could say I'm going to step aside. I'm not admitting guilt. I'm saying I don't want to be a distraction,
right,
to the needs of my city. I'm not saying I'm guilty. I'm not saying that I've done anything wrong. I'm not saying that I support this recall. But you know what I am saying? I'm going to put the city before myself. I'm going to put the city's many needs before myself. But that is not, my friends. That is not what Sheng Thao did today.
So Sheng Thao says that's the absolute opposite of what she wants to do. She has no intention of stepping down, that she's being bullied by billionaires and people who would never have found themselves in this position because they went to private school and she didn't. She's too poor. And so because she doesn't come from a wealthy background, she's being targeted and they want to get rid of her.
Exactly.
So stepping down would be like not fighting back against that kind of injustice to her in her mind.
Exactly. I'm going to play a little bit of this ABC7 report and they'll have some clips. I'm just saying defiance. And you know what? I'm not, as her PR person, I would have disagreed. I got to give her props, though. I mean, she did not hold back. Here is ABC7's report on Sheng Thao's speech. Here we go.
I am your mayor. I am the mayor to all the Oaklanders who work hard, who are working overtime to do the right thing and to make the world a better place. And no matter how hard you strive and push and fight and stay positive, and that you don't give up because you believe in yourself and you know what you have to offer this world, that you just cannot catch a break.
Oh.
And she was tearing up.
Guess what? I'm not going down like that. We're not going down like that. The people who voted for me deserve to have their voices heard and communities prioritized. I'm seeking the truth right now, just as much as you all are. But I will not be bullied, and I will not be disparaged, and I will not be threatened out of this office.
Mayor Thao making those remarks, not taking any questions from the audience. Let's get back to AB.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it right there. I did want to play a little bit more because she did make more statements. Now, I'm just going to go away from this ABC7 report because there was something that I didn't realize and that you brought to my attention. And it's that she made this very fiery speech. It lasted, I want to say, maybe 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And I mean, there were tears, which is fine. She, I don't actually mind tears. I know it's people are like, oh, she's emotional. You know what? That's fine. She's pissed. You could tell she was pissed. But there was one person that was, I guess, not aware that this speech was happening. And that person was pretty important, huh, Kim?
One could argue the most important person who's trying to protect you from, I don't know, prosecution. Yeah. His name is Tony Brass. He's a high-profile attorney who represents Mayor Sheng Thao. And he did not find out about what she had to say and that she was even holding a press conference until he was asked about how he felt about it by a reporter. And later we find out that he has officially withdrawn as Sheng Thao's counsel. He quit. He's like, you do not do that.
No.
You don't go and hold a press conference. I mean, you know that when you speak in front of the public in this manner,
can be used against you in the court of law.
100%. And so every word must be scripted and gone over by an attorney. And the attorney will say, you can't say this, you can't say that. You can say this, you can't say that. Right? None of this was done.
No. What was she thinking?
I don't know what she said that could be used against her. Did she say anything incriminating? I don't know. But here's what it sounded like to me. All politicians do this. I'm just the one who was poor and got caught, and I can't catch a break. That's how it came off. Like, all politicians do this, I don't know, campaign finance shenanigans.
She did bring up, she's like, there's rich people sitting in their homes that have blatantly violated campaign finance rules that are sitting pretty, something like this, in their houses. And I was thinking the same thing. And I'm like, so are you admitting that you're doing it, but you're just pissed that you got caught and they didn't get caught?
That's what it sounds like.
And then she's like, the timing of it. Yeah. And then she's questioning the timing. Listen, Sheng Thao, Mayor Thao, the FBI does not coordinate with recall people. Like,
no.
This has been in the works. Now, it is a little coincidental. I will give her that. Like, are you serious? The whole line where she said, I can't catch a break. I'll give it to you, lady. Like, honestly, like, that sucks. It does suck. But there's no way the FBI is coordinating with the people behind the recall. That's just not happening.
Listening to an interview done by former Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf's spokesperson, who was on Cron 4. And he said, regarding that statement about I can't catch a break, he goes, lady, no one cares. When you're the mayor of Oakland, you're in the big leagues. These are big cities. We're talking like New York, San Francisco, Oakland, Los Angeles. These are larger cities. And you're in the big time. And people want their garbage cleaned out.
Yeah.
And they want their roads dealt with. And they want their crime dealt with.
Exactly.
And they don't care that you had a bad day. And they don't care that you can't catch a break. And no one's going to cry crocodile tears for you. So...
Oh, I think I lost you, Kim. Or did you lose me?
Oh, I think I did. I have a little thing where I zap out for 2 seconds and I come right back.
No. Yeah, no, but you were saying nobody cares about that. People want their garbage picked up. They care about the city's services.
Yeah, they care about the city's services. And she needs to pull up her big girl panties and do the job for Oakland and stop messing around in front of a camera and just do the job. What's interesting is she's talking about people sitting in their big houses in the hills and, that they are getting away with things and, she can't catch a break. She's referencing Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf, who is she's not under investigation, but there are investigators looking into this PAC, Political Action Committee, that may have been created in going against the rules. So that's what she's referencing there.
Under Libby Schaaf?
Under Libby Schaaf. But we don't know that that's the case, and we don't know much about that investigation. Apparently, she's pointing to that investigation and saying, see, she can do it, but when when something is going on with me, then they're going to come after me because I'm poor and they want me out.
Well, you know what else I found? I don't know if I want to say the word insulting to the people of Oakland, but it just was kind of like, are you kidding? When she said that she heard the FBI breaking into her home and she thought that the people behind what the image that she was painting for me was the people behind the recall or the crime in the city had finally busted through her door, like they were going to harm her or her family. And I was like, that doesn't paint a good picture that you're trying to convey before this even happened, that Oakland was turning things around and that you could lead the city out of this. It's this narrative that I feel has been following her of it's not my fault. Right. That nothing's her fault, that it's something else is going on. Now, I will say police can't be everywhere, but the buck stops with you. It stops with you. And I will say, and I've said this before, the whole police chief debacle landed at her feet because she caused it. Right. She did not need to do it. She created a drama at a time where Oakland did not need another piece of drama. They just didn't. And she stood on this, I'm going to say a high horse of police corruption and all this sort of thing. And she could have just, said, okay, LaRon Armstrong, you're going to be the police chief. I've got a close eye on you, but we need to clean up the streets. And I don't want to have this also delaying any of the progress we need to make on stopping crime in the city of Oakland. But she didn't. Mm-hmm. She just dug in her heels, which I think is kind of her MO. She digs in her heels and she's like, I'm not going to give in. And now look. She's lost her attorney, a really top attorney, kind of the guy you want next to you.
In this case, absolutely.
And then does this kind of, it's kind of like what people do, this word salad, right wing, conspiracy, elite, kind of trying to draw some of the poor, the underserved, I'm one of you type of speech. I don't know if the people of Oakland are kind of buying it because they're so divided. They're looking at this woman who hasn't spoken for 5 days. Yeah. And this is the speech that took you 5 days to come up with, and you don't even have your attorney with you. What have you been doing for 5 days?
Not smart. It's what she did today is not smart.
No.
By the way, the Libby Schaaf stuff comes out of the reporting by Oakland side. And I do want to note that they say that she is running for state treasurer. We knew that. But they say the Public Ethics Commission has not publicly accused her of doing any wrongdoing. So I'm throwing that out there. All right.
Okay, good.
But if you want more information, check out Oakland side's reporting. But I don't think it's fair for Sheng Thao to point the finger at Libby Schaaf when there's no official...
kind of point the finger. Hint, hint, nudge, right?
Yeah, that's who she's talking about. Here's the difference between Libby Schaaf and Sheng Thao, just like on a personal level. Oakland Mayor Sheng Thao doesn't come off as likable.
I know, but doesn't that reek of sexism though, Kim? I mean, this whole likability thing.
I would say Libby Schaaf does come off as likable, and it's not a race.
A lot of people did not like Libby Schaaf. A lot of people did not like Libby Schaaf.
They thought that she wasn't on the up and up, but on a personal level, when you and I talked to her a bunch of times,
we liked her.
She was nice, and she seemed genuine, and maybe she's going to say the things she has to say, but she still, made time for us, gave us interviews. Like you felt like the city of Oakland wasn't falling apart.
Right.
Even though there was always crime.
Yeah, but also, a lot of things happened under Libby Schaaf. I mean, obviously with the Raiders and all these sorts of things. I mean, Libby Schaaf, like a lot of things happened under her watch that people were really disappointed by. So and of course it happened under Sheng Thao, but the Howard Terminal that Libby Schaaf was a huge supporter of and really was really rallying didn't happen. Now it fell under Sheng Thao's kind of, mayorhood or whatever the hell you call it. But again, it did start with Libby Schaaf and it never happened. So it didn't all happen under Sheng Thao. It did start with Libby Schaaf, but Oakland's had problems for quite a long time.
I'm trying to figure out why I don't like her. And I feel like here it is. This is it. All right.
Okay.
This is I think why.
Okay.
Because I can't go and put my finger quite on it. I feel like with the whole police chief thing, she dug her heels in.
Right.
And she wasn't going to compromise. Right. And she wasn't going to give an inch. It was her way or the highway.
Yes.
That's not the way I do things. It's a collaborative effort. We talk about things. We're flexible with people. We steer it in the right direction, but we get there. Right?
Yeah.
She didn't do that. She was like, and she had some pretty, I don't know, ballsy comments that she came out against the former police chief, and she just wasn't, it just didn't feel good. That whole thing didn't feel good. And then you see her speak today. And once again, it's this whole, I'm going to stick my feet in the mud and I'm this and I'm right and no one else is right and every woe is me. It just doesn't come off well. That's just my personal feeling about the matter.
Well, and again, I don't live in Oakland. I don't have that kind of skin in the game, but I agree with you. I think the thing, and again, I didn't vote for her. I wasn't in the ranked choice voting. It wasn't something that I was just, besides being part of the media and kind of watching it from afar. But I agree with you. When you see headline after headline about crime and all of these negative headlines about the city, and then you see a mayor who could erase simply one of those bad headlines by just letting LaRon Armstrong, who had support of the city, large support of the city, take it over. And she said, no, I'm going to make a decision, and then lagged for so long on being able to have a leader of a police department. That was a failure in my eyes. And when you fail so publicly on an issue that is so vital, in my mind, you are showing your incompetence. And unfortunately, this just kind of puts the cherry on top that she's in over her head. She doesn't know how to run a city of this size with this many problems. Oakland's just not a big city. It's a big city with some big ass problems. Yep. And she does not know how to handle them. No. And in my opinion, has made some of them worse. And so this is also making it worse. So to go back to how I opened the show, Sheng, you should listen to this de facto PR person and step the hell aside. You should, well, I mean, no, the city, what? Clearly the city administrator is running the city anyway. Jackson, whatever his name is. He's running the city. That's how it's handled. So it's not as if city services aren't happening. But again, it takes a big person to be able to do something like that. I'm not calling her a small person. It also takes bravery to stand up in front of a microphone and I guess truly believe in yourself and that you really believe you are doing the right. But she believes in herself.
Stupidity. She lost a really good attorney today. One, by the way, that she needs right now.
It takes balls. How about that? Not bravery, balls. It takes balls to do what she did.
She's going to do what she wants, and she's not going to listen to anyone. And there were probably people that said, hey, do you think we should consult your lawyer? And she was like, screw that. I'm going to do what I want to do.
Who was she talking with for 5 days? I thought it was going to be really scripted. They weren't going to take any questions. But when she started, I was like, oh, damn. Like, she's pissed. And then because I was up in San Francisco and all that kept going through my mind is like, where is the attorney statement? Where is the attorney statement? Where is the attorney to say what's next? Like, what is your, like, where are we going from here? And when it was crickets, and then we learned like deuces, dude, because she didn't even consult with me.
No.
Before she starts throwing out, I thought that it was people breaking into my home, that the crime in Oakland had come to my front door, that it's right-wing billionaires, that it's some conspiracy of the elite. Like, what in the holy heck are you talking about, woman? Yeah, she's dug herself a hole. I don't know how she's going to get out of it. But again, woman, you should probably step aside.
If you're so emotional, I wasn't going to say if you're not bright enough, but that might not be true. Maybe she's very smart.
Okay.
If you're not in an emotional place where you can think to yourself, the smart move here is to talk to my attorney, right?
Right.
If that's how you've sabotaged yourself in this what seems to be a legal case that may be investigated against you, then are you in the right place to lead the city? Because if that's how you handle your business,
that's a good point.
If that's how you put yourself at risk, are your emotions going to put the city at risk?
Yeah, it's a good point but I feel like she's led with her emotions in so many of these instances. I think she led with emotions with LaRon Armstrong. I think it was. And I think also, and I should take that back. It's not bravery. I think it's just arrogance. That's the better word. It's arrogance. It's thinking that you're always right.
Yeah.
Even though it hurts you. Like her arrogance is hurting her, not just politically, but it's hurting all the people that look to her as a symbol of progress, right? Because they do look to her as, look, she's an Asian American woman.
Sure.
She's breaking through glass ceilings as just a woman, right? It's all of these things that you want to aspire to be, and then your arrogance and that you're always right and you don't want to listen to the people around you is leading you down a road that isn't smart. And so I don't know where she's going to come back from this. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring or today's going to bring. It's going to be very interesting, but good luck. I don't see where she's going to come back from this.
Who was the mayor of Oakland before Libby Schaaf?
So let's go. Oakland.
It was also an Asian woman.
So, it was. I can see her face right now.
Mm-hmm. Older lady. Yeah. Yeah.
Before Libby, I interviewed her.
Yeah, I have too. God, why can't I remember her name? People in chat right now like, oh, you guys are super lame. Come on.
Jean Quan.
Thank you. Yeah. So, I mean, it's been done before in the city of Oakland, you know.
No, but what I'm saying is like to keep it, she's not a face that most Americans see. You know what I'm saying? Like here in the Bay Area, obviously we have a lot of diversity here. I'm not saying that, but it's always breaking through glass ceilings. It's always doing that. And when you look to somebody, right, and you're trying to do that, and then there's this quote unquote scandal attached to you, it sucks. Yeah. It just does. But you know what? I'm going to add a caveat to that. How many freaking white men have a scandal attached to them? It doesn't seem to harm them one bit. So, you know, that's just the way the world works.
Other than Trump, are they coming out with this kind of press conference either? I don't know. That seemed to be ill-advised for a number of reasons.
I don't know. Come on. What about Governor Cuomo coming out with that press conference where he admitted that he just hugs and touches people all the freaking time?
I do hug and kiss. Yeah. That
was an ill-advised press conference. Somebody should have told him as well. Like maybe we should not be saying these
you
words
just be in the corner and stay quiet and don't say anything.
Yeah. If I was his press person, I'd be like, don't say it. It's not what we're looking for over here. And no. So, you know, it happens sometimes. So anyways, we'll see what happens next for Oakland. Again, things are shutting down there. You know, all of these businesses are shutting down. This Oakland hotel that's been around for 50 freaking years is shutting down. And, you know, some things just go and come and go away and it just happens. But Oakland needs a good headline once in a while. But unfortunately, this is just one of many that just seems to come day after day. And the mayor's not helping. They're just not helping.
Now you're talking about the Hilton Oakland Airport Hotel, which has been in operation since 1968. More than 50 years this place has been rolling, and it's all out.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Because it's near Hagenberger. It's like Crimeville right there.
Nobody wants it. And again, it's you would think that a strip of roadway that we know where all the crime is happening would be able to do something about it, but they're just not able to. And that, again, falls at the feet of the mayor. Yep. All right. That's our show. Stay with us. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about a bunch of things. We're also going to talk about the internet and what it does to this idea of family. The Supreme Court has rejected an appeal from an ex-reality TV star. And I want to ask you, is it time for us, the general public, to stop watching some of these reality families for the good of all families? We're also keeping our eye on all the headlines surrounding the upcoming debate. That, of course, reminder, is happening on Thursday. President Trump, again, he keeps wanting this drug test, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Click the thumbs up button to show your support for the show. We really do appreciate it. The super chat is live. Look for the $sign under the chat box. We really appreciate all the support. Yeah. We can't do the show without your financial support. So become an official Madorable. Go to theNikkiMadoroShow.com. Look for the Patreon link. You can donate any amount you can. $10 a month is all we ask, or more if you can afford it. So go to theNikkiMadoroShow.com. The Patreon link is there, or you can do PayPal. I know you guys like PayPal. Go to PayPal.com, hit the send button, and then put in the email address, theNikkiMadoroShow@gmail.com. And then support our sponsor, Auntie Tabby's Island Flavors. She has hot sauces and a barbecue sauce, guava barbecue sauce, hibiscus hot sauce, pineapple hot sauce. And if you use the coupon code Nick Kim, NIKKIM. You get 10% off every single
Yeah,
time you order.
do.
Be like Dan. Look at that happy face. Be like Jim. Look at that happy face. They bought it. We get a portion of every order, and some of the proceeds also go to kids in Jamaica. So you'll feel good every time you order. All right, you guys, we love you. We'll see you here tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Nikki, you're all so awesome. Miss Brown, like a beautiful blossom. You're also the best. I really can't rest. You're all so awesome.
Wow. Okay.